All right, y'all. So I got a really great one for y'all this time. We're gonna go over some products that's coming in the future, some products that are out now. We may even take a little dive back into the time machine and look at some old stuff because we need to understand our past. We need to understand how it affects the present, and we need to be very intertwined as to what's going on into the future. I'm going to show you a couple of things on some new products coming from other things that y'all might be interested in. Maybe I might like some of the stuff that I like. And we're going to share grievances as well, too, about some of the things that we don't like. So without further ado, let's get into it. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Black Hawk Bond 007 back here with another video. If you know the vibes, hit the subscribe. If you don't bite, give me a like. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. I got the latest and the greatest car chases, car news, and car reviews. Let's get into it. So we're gonna look at some of these products, and what I want y'all to do is to pay close attention here. Um, what I have right here. Okay, we're going to add this right here. These are some of the videos that I have done so far. Okay, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 videos already. I started this channel 9 days ago, y'all. That is a video a day. Okay, so I have been dropping heat. So make sure y'all holla at your boy. I have put up a lot of police chases. I put up a couple product reviews. Okay. So you're going to see a little bit of that. And also, what you're going to see is you're going to see some tips on how to buy and how to sell a car. Your boy is in the car business. Okay. He used to sell cars. And I want to make sure y'all know how to buy a car and how to get a really good deal when you're buying one. Okay. So what we're doing this time is we're going to look at some of these products. Let's go to the site. I want to show y'all a couple websites that I look at so y'all can make sure y'all are looking at the proper websites. These are sites that I've been looking at for years, okay? The first one is the one that most people don't know about. It's called burlapcar.com. This used to also be known as the Vince Burlap car page. It still is that. And you guessed it, the guy's name is Vince Burlap. Really cool guy from California. He's had this thing for, like I said, well over a decade. Now, actually, he's had this page since 2004. Holy crap. Yeah, so he's had this page for like 2 decades now. So check your boy out, man. He's a pretty cool person here. Look at these ads playing. They're not paying me. Anyway, so this is where I get some of my news at. This is where I've been getting some of my news for the past 20 years. I was still in high school, y'all. This was before high school when I was looking at this man's page. And your boy's been in cars that long. I was a car kid. I was like 6 years old, naming every car on the block already. Like I was nice like that. So this is a website that I use, and here's some of the products that he has. It used to be known as blogspot.com. That was a search engine as well. I use Beacons for my relationship podcast. So if y'all want a tutorial on like how to make a website, I can do that as well too. If there's enough demand for just drop a comment in the comment section below. Anything that you would like to see on this channel, I will definitely do it for y'all. Okay, so let's go over some products coming through. Let's start with Subaru. Okay, Subaru is dropping a product that probably none of you will want. Sorry to talk trash like a right off rip, but it is what it is, man. Because what they're doing here is creating a wagon. I guess it's some type of wagon uh, thing called the Trail Seeker. It's supposed to be like a wagon, like a long version of their smaller EV. If you want to go on a website, we could talk about that in a second. But probably most of you on this channel are not going to care about EVs. But anyway, A bunch of PRBS. Subaru announced a brand new model unveiling for the New York Auto Show next week. The latest 2026 model will be called Trail Seeker, and we will know nothing about it. Here is the short official word from Subaru. Get ready to meet your newest adventure-ready sidekick from Subaru PRBS. Wah, 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 wah. All I hear is, you know what I hear, y'all. What is it called? Charlie. You know the little dog when he's in the classroom, you hear the teacher wah wah wah. That's all I hear. It's PRBS. Nobody cares about that. What's next here? Most of you would have skipped this just like me. So I think most of us can agree on this grievance right here. The next one right here is the illustration 2027 Kia Telluride. See, look at this. All these SUVs, man. Cadillac's EV sedans. Look, there's some new sedans to Cadillac, but they're not combustion engine. See, you're not giving it that. And that's what I talked about in the last product review. The automakers, the U.S. automakers are not giving us what we want. And I think what's going to have to happen is just like the Mopar fans was not going to fall full to the Dodge Charger EV and decided not to buy that. That's what we need to start doing for the SUVs, the combustion engines. Yes, those. If you need something to haul, the space, you got kids, cool. But everybody does not have children. I sure as hell don't. So, sedans, coupes, convertibles, roadsters. What is a roadster? Most of y'all don't even know what a damn roadster is. You will mistake a roadster for a convertible. A convertible consists of anything that has an open top. But a roadster is a convertible that has only two seats, no back seat, only two seats, the driver and the passenger. What are cars that are considered roadsters? The Mazda Miata. Remember the Honda S2000? Like cars like that, two-seaters, the Porsche Cayman, the Porsche 911. Anything that is an open top that has two seats only that fits one person and a driver. That's it. So, we don't have those type of products like we used to. There used to be a plethora of coupes back in the day. Toyota, great example. You had the Toyota Celica. You had the Toyota Supra. Hell, you had a Toyota Corolla Coupe. Remember the Corolla Coupe? There was a plethora of options to choose from, like different body styles. And now, like the American brands is going off of this cash cow. SUV, all the things. That's going to run out soon because they're going to switch to the Japanese where you got Toyota. They still got a Corolla sedan and a hatchback, mid-size sedan, Camry, full-size sedan, the Crown. They got an option for everything because they know that this market is still far from dead. It ain't going nowhere. Y'all say that it's dead. No, the consumer. That's like a woman saying that she wants a man that has six figures and this, that, and the third. She's well deserving of this. But what makes you different than any other woman that wants that too? You could say that you qualify for this, but the market decides. And that's what we're talking about when it comes to cars. The market decides what you want. When consumers had enough of you trying to sell them what you want them to buy, they'll stop buying. And then you're going to have to give them what you want. But at that point, you have already taken your stock market because you was trying to impress the stockholders and the shareholders. If you were smart enough, and the executives and the board, if y'all were smart enough, you will realize the only way you're going to make money is if you give the consumer what they want. So, this is one of the websites that I use. It's a pretty smaller website, but he's very consistent at it, and he makes some really good content. So check out your boy, VinceRelatCar.com. Another website that I use, this used to be called World Car Fans. Did they also use Blogspot? I'm not quite sure, but now it's called Motor1.com, and they have been in the game skin deep for well over a decade as well too. This is the main website that I use to get all of my product news from. So you'll see a lot of motor1.com. So shout out to them, man. Check them out when you get a chance. Motor. You want to give me a sponsorship, you can. But because this is something that I use religiously. I use this more than the Bible. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to say that. Y'all. But I said it. You look at this website every day. This is my car Bible. I want to know what's going on, the latest and the greatest car news. That's how I will give y'all my car reviews. Motor1.com. So let's look at this, man. And they have really realistic commentary. Look at this. 2025 Volkswagen Golf R is an everyday super hatch. Here is the problem that I have with this Golf R. Where's the manual? You understand what I'm saying? Where's the manual? Where is the manual at? So, that's one thing I'm going to be interested in. BMW is doing some great work with the Z4 right now. BMW is doing absolute wonders. Okay. I want to check my settings here and make sure that my audio is here. That would have been a great thing for me to do prior, but everything looks up to par. So we're going to go ahead and continue here. So here are some news coming from BMW. Let's check out what's going on with BMW, because BMW is doing something really great. Speaking of manuals, type in Z4. Let's see what comes up. BMW is a perfect example of the consumer does have a voice. They wanted the manual back in the Z4. And what did I tell y'all? What is a roadster? A roadster is a convertible that has only 2 seats to fit the driver and 1 passenger. This is a roadster, okay? This is a roadster. And let's read some of this. What they did was pretty much put the transmission borrowed from the sister counterpart, the Toyota Supra, which is essentially a BMW. So you got the Toyota transmission, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, because we're going to read this right here, word for word, so you understand what's really going on, because they had the info that I'm giving y'all for review, product review. But BMW decided to use their own linkage. And what the consumers are saying, and the car dudes is saying, they're saying this is the greatest freaking thing that BMW ever made. So let's read this right here. Here's why the manual Z4 is BMW's best car right now. Okay, let's go over this real fast. We're gonna switch the screen up a little bit here. There was a great deal of fanfare when BMW announced the latest super sibling Z4 was getting a manual transmission. For the first time ever, BMW's only true sports car launched without a manual gearbox and no word on whether it would get one. After years of tight-lipped, the Z4 got its flowers only after Toyota Supra got its long-anticipated and popular manual gearbox, because consumers complaining about that with popular demand. Yet this new hand shelter package isn't quite a super carryover job. I got the chance to sample the new manual Z4 on my Roads of Choice for our latest YouTube video, and I didn't expect much from it being a non-M product. I thought it would surely be a bit soft, lacking in communication, and keeping me wanting a Z4 M revival. I pretty quickly fell in love with the thing. BMW at its very best. We can even look at some of this right here. I'm pretty sure Motor One will appreciate us spreading this product review. Let's check it out.
This green thing is the new BMW Z4 manual, a car they made because you complained so much that BMW manuals suck, they went and did this, the Handschalter, the hand shift package. This is we're going to get in, put the top up, and go for a drive. Okay, so why is this one of the best BMWs ever made? Why is this such a special car? It's just a Z4. Well, it kind of all starts and ends with this manual gearbox. It is fantastic. And to talk to you, audience, and because it's raining, I'm going to put the top.
For some reason, y'all, I cannot hear what's going on here. I'm gonna do a mic check. Excuse me, but I'm gonna do a mic check real fast because I want to make sure that I can hear what's going on here. It would be a shame if this wasn't playing through the entire time. Probably make me want to slam my laptop. Oh, look, we got a police chase. Damn, they messed that mouth up. Let's look at one of my videos. Just gonna do a quick sound check, y'all. Give me a second here. Let's get into it. So right here we have our Kansas State Police versus a SRT Challenger. Okay, I think this is the first time we had a Challenger on the channel, and we're gonna go ahead and look up the specs. As y'all know, I like to cover the specs of the vehicle that we're up against. Video myself, I'm cranking up. Let's go back to the other page. If y'all can't hear me, let me know in the comments section. Let me know. But yeah, that's the BMW Z4 manual transmission. And you know, you gotta start giving the consumers what they want. You gotta start giving them what they want. I'm gonna do another sound check real fast, y'all. Give me a second here. You know, when you're still new, you know, want to make sure you get the kinks in and stuff like that. See what we got here.
This green thing is the new BMW Z4 Manual, a car they made because you complained so much that BMW Manual.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not playing. But anyway, y'all should be able to hear me. So I guess that's all that matters. But that's one of the products, the websites that I use. Another website that you can use is the usual ones like Car and Driver, Motor Trend, Road and Track, Motor Trend, Road and Track. But this is the main one that I use. It's the most effective one. They have so much detailed information on here. It's like addictive. That's one website that you can use. I'm trying to think what else I use. You know, where they get their information from, but this is the most effective one. Like if I wanted to type in, let's go to, like we want to know what's going on with the big wigs, the top stocks, shareholders. Um, you know, you go to corporate financial, you know, executive news. If you want to know what's going on inside of the engineering plants, go here. Race car news, go here. Even if you want your EV news, you know, they have a website, an EV page for the EV site for the that, and it's I think it's insideevs.com. I believe that's a website. We can check that out as well too. If y'all into EVs, then we'll cover some EV stuff on here too, but mostly it'll be combustion engine. So y'all have a little variety of everything on this channel. But you know, for the most part, yeah, insideevs.com. This is Motor One's EV website. But for the most part, you know, we're going to cover combustion engine because we all can agree that that's what the vast majority of the consumer wants. Tesla Model Y, you know, all this EV stuff, you know, that's nice and all. Like I said, just need variety. Car and Driver, is a good website as well too. They've been long in the game. No stick, still rocks. Not to me. Where's the stick shift? When I think of a Volkswagen Golf, I think of that as the Halo product. Like, what is the Golf without the manual? What is the Golf without the manual? What is the Ford Mustang without the manual? What is anything that is iconic for its manual without the manual? We got a Corvette facelift. Look at this. 2026 Chevy Corvette. This is something you're not talking about right now. 2026 Chevy Corvette loses the wall of buttons and new spy photos. Our spy photographer captured the cleanest photos yet that confirmed the Corvette's interior has undergone a drastic transformation. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get into it. We're going to take off this background here. Sometimes when you have a background, it kind of messes with your audio feed. So let me take this nut ass background off. Maybe that'll help. We'll do a test real fast to see how that works. We'll do one more test. Command copy. Go back on YouTube real quick and give your boy an audio test. Honestly, I could have just played it right here. No, I didn't do it either. But if y'all can hear it, I guess that's all that matters. So let's go back to that. Boom. Corvette, 2026 Corvette. What we got going on here? For those of y'all got the money for a Corvette, this might be some good news for you. Controversial wall of buttons is gone. Who said it was fucking controversial? Y'all just be reporting anything, man. Everything just got to be better than the next. Why can't some products that come out be a grievance? Like, okay, this automaker is taking a step backwards. After years of heated debate by enthusiasts over the CA generation's Corvette's cabin layout, Chevy has finally given the sports car a fresh interior. A new batch of spy photos confirms our previous assumptions that the controversial wall of buttons is on the way out and that the digital gauge cluster has grown. Less buttons with simplicity, I guess, would be appreciated. When you're trying to figure out where everything is at, I guess the consumer would have a grievance for that because it's very distracting trying to figure out which one is which, especially if you're an older person that still likes to drive, high performance vehicles. And at a $60,000 standpoint, that is a very obtainable vehicle to grab. So, you can consider this a mass market vehicle. To be able to have a vehicle that's $60,000 or even $70,000, hell, you know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing for a car that's mid-engine. So, the fact that Chevy was able to do that, shout out to them, because an affordable sports car, that's really the affordable sports car if you think about it. It is outperforming, the foreigns. So hell yeah. So, me personally, I like all the buttons. It kind of really makes me think of like a cockpit from an aircraft, from a jet. I personally like it. I do like. I don't know if this was in the other one, but I didn't catch this until now. I like this signature Stingray design he got going here. I don't know if y'all ever caught that. I am very critical when it comes to car design, and I really do catch specific elements. And this is screaming. That design cue right there is screaming Stingray logo. I like that. There's some things right there. Cobra Zora. Who's nobody's talking about this. The Zorro will add hybrid power to all, but we're talking about a car that has over 1,200 horsepower, y'all. 1,200 horsepower. I didn't even read it yet, and I already knew this thing was fine with over 1,200 horsepower. What does it say right here? Boom, over 1,200 horsepower. This is Lamborghini territory right here. This is, if you think about it, this is Bugatti territory. Bugatti had a 1,200 horsepower naturally aspirated. They were the first to do it. Naturally aspirated. W12 engine. Now they trying to pump out a like doing V16s. Whew! Man, they crazy. 1,224 horsepower. So that's another website that I use. I also use motortrend.com as well too. This is another website that I like to use right here. Everybody's talking about this Volkswagen Golf R. Oh, I got all-wheel drive. Nice. Where's the manual? You understand what I'm saying, y'all? Like, where's the manual? You know what I'm saying? Where's the manual? You know? Where's the manual? You know what I'm saying? Where's the manual? I guess that's what we're gonna name this. Where's the manual?
French toast out
I've been driving since I was 14. I'm 32, going on 33 as of June. I just learned manual last year. Where's the manual? Where's the manual, man? They're starting to come back. The manual's not dead, y'all. Pay attention. If Dodge was smart, they put a manual. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's what happened though. But you never know, man. Anything can happen if the consumer demands it. And I guess that's what we're going to talk about. I guess that's what we'll name it, consumer demand. He who demands in mass kisses the ass. And that's what the automakers will do. If you demand it in mass, they will provide it. If they don't provide it, you don't buy it. You don't buy what they have. And when they see that you don't buy it, they'll give you what you want. May take a little bit, but they'll get the message. You know, so this is a website that I use. So that's just a couple, just to name a few, you know. So Motor One is the main one that you want to use. That is my go-to. I highly recommend this one. It is a great website to get all your news from. If you're not looking at the YouTube greats like Knockout 360, TK's Garage, and a lot of them they report specific. They're dedicated to the Mopar community. Over here, I'm going to cover Mopar news too, but I'm going to cover a little bit of everything. The Nismo community, that's Nissan, Infiniti. What is that? I'm going to cover a lot of. I'm going to cover EVs. I'm going to cover anything with a manual transmission. I'm going to cover, tips. I'm going to cover new car builds. I'm going to cover a lot of stuff on this channel. So whatever it is that you want me to cover, just let me know. What would you like to see? What products would you like for me to go over? If you want my opinion, what I think about a specific car, let me know. If you have a question about a mechanical issue, let me know. I can tell you based off of personal experience. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not a mechanic. I'm a guy that knows damn good about cars and I've seen a lot of shit. I done had cars and caught on fucking fire. So let me tell you something. Your boy knows. Your boy knows some shit. So I've been in this before I taught myself how to drive with a PlayStation steering wheel, playing driver and all that stuff like that. I taught myself how to drive Gran Turismo when kids was being kids, driving all over the dirt. I was in the slowest car on Gran Turismo, driving, practicing in the lines because the car didn't go. What did it have? 54 horsepower? So, your boy has been in this for life. So Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know what type of products that you would like for me to cover and go over. Let me know what products you would like for me to research. If you have any ideas, you can send it to this email, blackhawkbond007@gmail.com. Again, that is blackhawkbond007@gmail.com. And I will also put it in a banner right here. Black Hawk Bond 007@gmail.com. Boom and boom. So, you know, you can send it to that email. If you got any new car chases that you think that channel hasn't seen yet, or that you would like me to cover, you think this would be dope, send it to me. If you have any, somebody even told me they had a documentary on Stellantis, on how bad they screwed up, and I'm like, yo, send that shit over to my email, bro. I didn't even know about it. He told me, like, yo, you want me to send it to you? Hell yeah. And I'll make sure I give you the proper credits. But yeah, man, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And until next time, holla at your boy. I'll see you on the next video.